Are you feeling unloved and unseen? You're not alone. Welcome to my Growth of Heart series where I discuss anxiety, depression, and agoraphobia. In this first episode, I want to talk to you about feeling tired of waking up. If you're feeling unheard and unseen, this video might be for you. I'm constructing a path towards simply being happy. Thank you for joining me on the Growth of My Heart journey. I am Vanessa. For the longest time, I couldn't figure out why. And honestly, I still don't know. Not really. Because if you looked in my life on paper, it's full of accomplishments and aspirations to greatness. I know I'm a loving person. I think I'm a good person. I'm the one who always remembers the birthdays, who sends that just checking in text, who offers to help people before anyone even has to ask. I feel like I give so much of myself to people, to my job, to just trying. So why do I feel so empty, so completely and painfully hollow? Is this ache in my chest the second I open my eyes in the morning supposed to be here? A deep, profound sense of loneliness that doesn't make any sense when I'm surrounded by people. So this video is the start of me trying to figure that all out. I'm sharing my story raw and unfiltered because I have to believe that I'm not the only one. And if you ever felt this way, then maybe we can start to figure this out together. It's a strange kind of pain. It's not sharp, it's just a dull, constant ache. It's the feeling of going through the motions in a life that feels like it belongs to someone else. You wake up, you go to work, you smile, you make small talk, you're there, but you also feel like a shadow watching your own life from a distance and feeling so sad for that person that you can see. You empathize with them and say things to yourself like, they don't deserve that, or that's so messed up. I can have an entire day surrounded by people, laughing and talking, and then sit for a single moment in a silence that is so loud it's deafening. I'll scroll through the photos on my phone and I'll see myself in memories smiling, and I remember being there, but I can't connect to the feeling. It's like my own happiness is a story that someone else told about me, not something that I actually lived. I read something a researcher said that it just hit me so hard. They described it as a feeling like you're transparent, and anything good, love, joy, connection just passes right through you without sticking. And I just thought, yes, that's mostly it. The anger is the other piece that's unseen and unheard. There's this anger that just bubbles up. It's a quiet kind of rage. It's the frustration of pouring love from a cup that nobody ever seems to pour back into. You do so much. You care so much. You try so damn hard. And you just look around and wonder, does anybody even see me? And when you feel invisible all the time, it's like you don't even exist, or it makes you wonder why you exist. And get this, research shows that the brain of social rejection lights up the exact same parts of your brain as physical pain. So no, it isn't just in your head. It's a real ache. It's a biological response to feeling unseen, and man, is it exhausting. For me, the turning point is not some big dramatic blow up. It was more like a death by 1,000 paper cuts. Just this slow accumulation of tiny little moments, planning to get it together, only to feel like all is lost any moment I try to change it. Trying to hint at a personal struggle that I was going through, only for the conversation to be quickly steered towards someone saying, if you tell yourself you're happy, then you will be happy. the slow sinking realization that it's never about me and becomes a story on how I make others feel. I remember this one night so clearly. I was sitting on my beanbag after a day of just giving and giving and giving. I spent over an hour on the phone listening to another person's work drama and how things can be improved in their life if I just did X, Y, and Z for them, and the endless list of things that I can do to improve their situation. Losing connection with this conversation, but attentively listening because I would never want someone to dismiss my moment of need, so I stayed in the moment for them. All the while in the background of my mind, I was just empty wondering, when will it be my turn to be cared about? And I sat there in the quiet of my apartment and I just waited. I waited for a text, a call, a stupid meme, anything. Just one sign that said, hey, I'm thinking about you too. And there was just silence. The silence shouting from the corners of my mind, asking, pleading, what about me? In that moment, all the exhaustion and sadness curled into a single terrifying question that set me on this path. Am I unlovable? Is there something just broken in me that stops me from being able to receive the kind of love that I give so freely? Or is there something else going on here? Is there something that I'm missing? Why can't I figure this out? What am I doing wrong? Am I not smart enough to understand? So I started a self-reflection journey, a journey to improvement of self. If I can't understand, then obviously I'm not smart enough, so I need to improve myself. I started reading, listening to podcasts, watching motivational speaking on YouTube, and just trying to find a language for this feeling. If I am the problem, then I can fix me. If I am too naive, I can learn. What I'm learning is that this void is simply proof that I'm unloved, and no matter the improvement that I make over and over, I'll never fix the feeling of neglect and lack of what should be. In my research, one of the first things that I stumbled on was this concept called childhood emotional neglect. And it's not necessarily about abuse or trauma, though I very much feel abused and very traumatized. It's often about what didn't happen. It's the absence of anyone really engaging with my feelings. It's growing up in a home where emotions weren't as important to focus on, and it was the mindset that it can just be dealt with later. Just wait a moment and we'll get back to you. When that happens, you learn a quiet but powerful lesson. Your feelings don't matter, and you're on your own with them. That feeling doesn't vanish when you grow up either. You pack it up in your suitcase and you carry it every single relationship you form, and you see it clearly, no matter how much you try to experience something else. The summary in this can lead right into having low self-esteem. And these really deep, negative beliefs about yourself, but that just seems like another attempt at downplaying or playing away the true feelings. I don't feel that my self-esteem is low or that I have negative beliefs about myself. It's simply a feeling that you're just not worth seeing. You might internalize the idea that you're just plain unloved, not unlovable, because you have to offer, what you have to offer is very much needed and utilized. But this awful cycle is created. You desperately want love just to prove to that nagging voice that it's wrong. A simple but overt position by anyone that you are valued, not simply used as a tool for someone else's gain, but the voice itself makes it apparent that what you feel is exactly what it is. Your vision of being loved only leaves a pit in your stomach because that voice is always reminding you that it's not real. Love is not for you. It's only from you. Things like depression and anxiety can put a gray filter over your whole world. They can make you feel isolated and disconnected, even when all of the evidence says otherwise. It isn't just about feeling sad. It's that lack of energy and this feeling of hopelessness that can make everything feel completely pointless. So where is the help? As I'm learning all of this, I'm really curious. Does any of this resonate with you? Have you ever felt like this emptiness might be tied to your past or to a belief that you've held about yourself forever? If you feel comfortable, I'd love it if you'd share a piece of your story with me in the comments. I'm going to read every single one. I think so many of us feel like we're the only ones going through this, and maybe just seeing that we're not could be the most powerful step that there is. Maybe the most painful part of this whole thing is the paradox of being a giver. You know you're a loving person. You show up for other people, you care. So why doesn't that effort ever make you feel loved in return? Well, I'm learning that giving endlessly with nothing coming back actually has a name: emotional exhaustion. It's that state of feeling completely drained and lifeless, even resentful, because your own emotional well is perpetually dry. And here's a hard truth that I'm really trying to let sink in. Sometimes the fact that no one is giving back has absolutely nothing to do with your worth. It's about their limitations. They might not have the ability to give you what you need. They might be dealing with their own stuff. Or they just might be what experts call emotionally unavailable. They can't handle real closeness, even if they wanted to. For years, I thought if I just gave a little bit more, if I tried harder, if I became a better person, I would eventually earn the love that I was so desperate for. But that's like trying to get water from a stone. You can be the most deserving person in the world, but if their well is empty, you will always walk away thirsty. And breaking your own heart by blaming yourself for their empty well is a lonely, losing game. Understanding this doesn't magically fix the feeling, and it certainly does not shift the blame from "I'm unloved" to "my love was just in the wrong place." I give love because that's who I am. I cannot imagine that I have misplaced and should only give love to certain people based on some arbitrary qualities. Everyone deserves love and goodness, even if they cannot give it back. My mind will never depart from this idea. So where do I go from here? Where do we go from here? I don't have the answers. This video is my I don't know. It's me waving the white flag. I'd like to find a path, and it has nothing to do with quick fixes. It's all about learning to make sense of all of it. The very first step for me is just acknowledging, feeling what I'm feeling unashamed and unburdened with all. In a sense, it's giving myself permission to feel this way, to be angry, to be sad, to be confused, and to accept these feelings as valid responses to being unseen. I'm not trying to push it down or feel ashamed of it. I'm just letting it be and looking for answers to ease my heart and mind. The give yourself kindness or grace is a dead solution for me. If I was not kind to myself, then I would have no kindness at all. If I had not given myself grace, then there would be none at all. The bubble baths and massages to relax are not solutions and almost feel like a brushed off way of saying, just take care of yourself because your problem is so minimal it can be washed away with soap or a rub down. And the next step, the one that honestly scares me the most, is attempting to reach out. Not just to give, but to ask, please help me. Searching for something that hears me, that sees me, helps me to untangle all of this and find an answer to the why and the how. This series is my attempt at finding support with people who just get it. It means being vulnerable enough to say, I am not okay. I am lost. I feel injured. And I am selfishly focusing on my own needs. This is the very beginning. I am still tired of waking up, feeling unloved, but for the first time, there is a tiny sliver of something else next to the emptiness, anticipation for something good. The biggest thing I've learned so far in this, feeling unwanted is a deeply painful and lonely experience. But these feelings do not define your worth. They are signals. They They are messengers pointing to old wounds that might need healing and to needs that have gone unmet for way too long. There might not be a life sentence. My hope is this: with being this open, I hope I can create a space where these feelings aren't so scary or so isolated. A space where we can admit that we're not okay and then start figuring it out together. This journey is about learning to finally feel the love that I and you so freely give to everyone else. And I believe that it's possible. If this video helped you feel even a little less alone today, maybe consider subscribing to follow along on this journey. And please share it with anyone that you think might need to hear this. Thank you for listening. We're in this together.